Hi there and welcome back. So today we are going to practice just solving one-step equations, and I'm going to be teaching this lesson as if you've never done that before. I'm going to show you what the vocabulary means and just what it means to solve an equation. Okay, here we go. In this brown paper sack, I have a certain amount of pieces of candy. This is going to be called a variable. Whenever you have a letter that stands for a number, but it's unknown, we call that a variable. Usually in mathematics, we usually use the variable x, but we could use any letter that we want. Sometimes you'll see letters used that aren't x. Okay, so inside this bag, I have a certain amount of pieces of candy. And then if I were to add 2 more pieces of candy to my bag, I would have 10 total pieces of candy. So can you use your head and figure out how many pieces of candy are in my bag? Yes, there are 8 pieces of candy in there because 8 pieces of candy plus 2 equals 10. Okay, so let's pretend we wanted to actually solve that and show our work. So we want to make our equations equal to each other. We want this side of the equation to be equal to this side of the equation. So when you're solving for a variable, you want to get everything else away from that side of the equal sign. So we currently have a plus 2 here. So I'm going to do the opposite of adding 2, and I'm going to subtract 2. But I have to do that to both sides because we have to keep our equation equal. Okay. These will cancel each other out because 2 minus 2 is 0, and this bag plus 0, I don't need to write plus 0 because 0 wouldn't change the amount of candies in this bag. Okay, so those cancel, and then I have 10 minus 2 equals 8. So I know x equals 8. Let's check. Oh my gosh, I have 8 pieces of candy. This time, the amount of candy in my bag minus 4 pieces of candy is going to give me 3 pieces of candy. So we need to think, what number minus 4 would give me 3? And we are going to show our work, even though I bet you could solve that in your head. Okay. So we're going to do the opposite here to get rid of this 4. So what's the opposite of subtracting 4? Because we want to get our variable all by itself. We want this x to be the only thing on this side of the equal sign. Okay, so I am going to add 4 to get rid of this minus 4. And whatever I do to this side, I have to do to this side because I want to keep them equal. Okay. These 4's cancel out because a minus 4 and a plus 4 would give us 0, and that wouldn't change what's in our bag. And then I'm going to do this. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. That means x is equal to 7. That means I should have 7 pieces of candy in here. And I do. 7 pieces of candy. Let's try another one. This time, whatever is in my bag, if I were to divide that by 3, I would get 2. Now you might already know the answer. Something divided by 3 is 2, but we're going to show our work, and we're going to make sure the only thing on the left side of our equal sign is just our variable, which is x. So I'm going to get rid of my dividing by 3 by doing the opposite, times 3, and that will get rid of it. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Cancel, and then 2 times 3 equals 6. So that means my x should equal 6. There should be 6 pieces of candy in here. And that is right. 6 pieces of candy. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we know we got it right. We're going to do one more problem. This time, I don't have just one bag or variable on this side. I have two bags together equal 10. That might also be written like this: 2x equals 10. But we don't want to find out what both of these equal. We want to find out just what one of them equals. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to divide this by 2 because we're splitting 10 pieces of candy equally into 2 bags. And since this is x and this is also x, they have to be equal. They must have the same amount of candy in each bag. So I'm going to divide by 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. That means 5 plus another 5 should give me 10, or 2 times 5 should give me 10. So I'm going to check my bags, and I'm going to make sure there's 5 pieces of candy, and there are. This was just the first video on showing you how to solve one-step equations. My next video on equations is not going to have any brown paper sacks or manipulatives, and I'm also going to work into solving two-step equations. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe in the bottom corner if this made sense to you, and have a great day. I can't wait to see you again.